This is Moses from ZAATAR Gardens. I'm going to be doing a fall tour here for 2021. Much requested. A lot of people have requested this on Instagram and on YouTube. So we'll get going with it. I'm going to try to do it as fast as I can with the least amount of edits as I can. Right here is a Parfionca pomegranate. Going to sleep. Oh, I forgot. I didn't get that one. Oh well, it's cracked. Forget it. So this is the Aprium, and this time of year it always looks like this. People always say when they come over, are you watering your trees? This is what the Aprium does. Much like plums, they just curl up like this, or pluots even. I'll show you that later, and they just fall right off. This right here is kaolin clay, what you see. Old video when I try to protect these trees from when I had my house tented for termites. It is getting a canker. I have treated it in the past. I'll show you where I treated it and it healed. Right here. And over here was a bad one. But you can see it's coming in. The cambium is starting to connect again. But it did get a really bad canker here. Hi, Sean. Nectarine is, doing what nectarines do. Being completely difficult. The hardest fruit tree I have to grow is this and the Fantasia nectarine. What? I cut it off. It was growing too far this way.
Oh, yeah, so it had this tree.
Well, there used to be another tree here, a prune, but that did horribly. Always infested with aphids. This is the pink lady apple.
Oh.
Didn't produce any fruit. Fire blight really got to it, you can see.
Oh no.
Papaya is still doing fine.
Why is there a lot of bad leaves?
That's called fire blight, son. I took off as many as I could, but the pink lady got hit really bad this year. This is a honey this one right here is a honey crisp I grafted right over there.
So you
this is another apple. It's called a honey crisp.
So you stuck them together?
I stuck them together, yep. There's papaya doing fine.
But that doesn't grow?
No, it's gonna grow. I have to cut it back though, but we don't cut it back till all the leaves fall off. But with the apple trees, we have to put them to sleep because we don't get that cold here. I have to take off all the leaves myself. Look how vast the longevity spinach is growing. Let me walk over here. And I put onions and garlic in the midst of it so it keeps caterpillars away, and it works. But I need to put more. Some grapes. Grapes still growing. I don't really understand why, but they're still pushing growth even though we're all November 1st. Look at that.
Wait, what? You have grapes? That's grapes?
This is grapes, yeah. There's no grapes right now, son, but that's a grape plant. Here's Okinawa. Let me show them the pretty purple, how it gets. Look at that pretty purple on the Okinawa spinach.
Wow.
And that's Egyptian walking onion.
Hey, look at this.
There's Lulu. Yeah, I know, huh? That's the Okinawa spinach. Very healthy.
Look. Green.
Yeah, I know.
Purple. I'm gonna take over now.
All right, take a piece and eat it. He loves eating greens. Hey, Lulu. I'm gonna be getting rid of my Citronella plant. It does keep away mosquitoes, not that well, but it does a little bit. I've noticed if I'm in this area, mosquitoes don't land on me, but if I walk away from it, they start landing on me. But this is harboring so many insects that I gotta get rid of it. No, this is a mosquito plant. So I chopped it back heavily. That's why you're seeing it half dead.
So this makes mosquitoes go away?
Yeah, but it's getting harder to grow it, son.
You mean the leaves? The leaves?
The leaves, yeah, smell the leaf.
They're good.
Yeah, this smells pretty good. There's a lot of geraniums that smell good. Some smell like roses, some smell like orange and nutmeg. Let's see.
Put them in my pocket.
This is Egyptian walking onion. Look at all the lemons right here. Look at all this. I had to support it with a stick. This is the first time I ever had to support a fruit tree, to be honest, like this. Look at all that. I'll do a future video on the lemons on the harvest, but I mean, look. Isn't that amazing? Cherimoya is doing fine. Next year it should fruit. It started flowering this year, so next year it'll fruit, but it's doing really well. A lot of the leaves came off when we had that 50-mile-per-hour wind. I did a video of...
Around gardens, mosquitoes don't go around.
Oh, you mean spread those that mosquito plant around the garden? Spread the leaves?
Yeah.
All right, go spread them. So there was heavy winds, like 50-mile-per-hour winds, and it knocked off a lot of these leaves. But the avocado's doing fine. The bacon avocado. Pushing growth. I'm still not letting it flower or fruit. So if it pushes flowers out, I take them off. Like I said, the 50-mile-per-hour wind bent over the moringa. But that's okay. It's the end of the year. I'm just waiting for them to all dry. Once they all dry like this, I'm going to
Here. What? A mosquito.
I'm gonna harvest them. And look, it's still flowering. Look at that. Pineapple guava's doing fine. The mangoes are doing great. The Glen variety, if I can get up close. Zoom in, come on. The Glen variety, that's all it's been doing all year. You see how all the leaves are gone? It pushes growth, pushes new leaves, and all the leaves fall off. But the Manila is doing just fine, just pushing great growth, really healthy. So once again, I won't let this flower or fruit for another year at least. This is the Satsuma mandarin. Let me zoom out. This is the first year it's fruiting. I'm getting rid of the black currant. Lulu and the squirrels keep running it over. So I'm gonna get rid of that. Almonds doing...
It makes mosquitoes flee.
Good job, good job. This is the almond. I'm gonna be pruning this heavily this year. I need to put this back to size because it's starting to grow into the 4-in-1 nectarine, plum, and apricot and peach tree. This grape going there. So just keep going. Everything's still green, so tons of olives. A lot of olives. They're starting to turn their color, so it's almost soon. You can see right up here. It's almost time to harvest. Anise still pushing flowers. I can't really believe this, but it is. The first thing that always, the first thing that always goes dormant is the Jujube. So the Jujube is going dormant. Some more grape. The whole fence is grape. Here's a Barbados cherry. Producing some flowers, but every time it produces fruit, the fruit falls off when it's green. So let's see. Sapote doing really well, really healthy right now. This is, oops. One moment. This is the whites. This is the Subel Sapote. Still have to harvest the rest of my apples. This is Granny Smith, my daughter and my wife's favorite. They're everywhere. I produced about maybe 40 this year. And this is my only single pink lady I got. Is right here. That's it. This little thing. That's all I got. But the fire blight was really bad this year. Here's the white Sapote Vernon. We already harvested about 6 or 7. They're not ready yet totally, so I'm gonna really be working on pruning this a little bit different this year. There's the Kumquat. You can see how many kumquat. This is my son's favorite fruit, so the whole tree is full. Dapple Dandy Pluot's already pruned down. The Genedique is pruned down as well. Here is the Cadota fig that I'm training to go this way like a terrace, like a gazebo. So I'll work on it heavily this winter. Here's leftover elephant garlic that's growing this year. I just left it in the ground to grow again. Oh, some more growing. What'd you get?
I found two big kumquats, actually 3.
Okay, go eat them.
But they're green.
Okay, but don't touch them yet.
These ones are okay, but they're not. These aren't big, but they're not green.
Okay, but don't pull it off. I'll be ready in probably another 2 weeks. This is my supposed ultra dwarf weeping Santa Rosa plum. It is not. It got about 15 to 18 feet tall this year. I'm not kidding you. It was taller than my apple tree, this ultra dwarf. So I'm gonna be moving it or getting rid of it this winter. This is the Feather Grenade Pluot. You can see how the leaves of the plums and the Aprium, which is 25% plum, how the plums, when they're about to fall, they curl. So it looks like I'm not watering the tree, but it's because it's almost time to fall off. Some more grapes. This is the newly planted Champagne Loquat, Norashkar. You can see how they're known to get aphid issues. So just know that when you plant it, you're gonna be battling it forever. So either get tanglefoot on the bottom or try to either buy ladybugs or don't remove the aphids so ladybugs come. So, because they'll always be balanced if you have a healthy garden. Aronia Berry, I harvested it, drying now, but it really didn't like the summer this year. But Aronia Berry is still a blessing to have in my garden. Here's the one, you see the Granny Smith, isn't that pretty? Here's the UC 157 F1 asparagus. I love this plant. The problem is it could grow pretty crazy like this, really dense. I had to prune it back so it doesn't get into the apple trees, but I always get afraid. I'm so glad that they are red, the seeds, because if I'm not careful, all those seeds will be all through my garden. You'll see a little asparagus come up everywhere. And that's, to me, it's frightening because it's perennial. So if I don't catch them, my whole garden could be asparagus. I have to dig up one by one, you know, because if you leave a little piece of root or a little piece of the crown, it'll grow right back. So this is our entrance. Decorations, we have mums. Sean sweeping the concrete. The Zaatar is Timbrus Spicata. They're flowering, looking great. Thyme is looking amazing. Newly planted tree collars are doing great. This is the Jolly Green. It fell over, so I'm just gonna leave it alone. So it was planted there and it just fell this way. Parsley in the ground, my favorite plant. You would think it'd be Zaatar, but you're wrong. Parsley is my favorite. If parsley goes away, especially if I can't make tabbouleh, if parsley goes away, that's it. This is the merit. Another merit over there. And here's the big blue. So keep in mind why they look like this. They're newly planted. Had to go through the summer, newly planted in a new area. So this is all grass before. I pretty much sheet mulched it and added a whole bunch of soil. So this is a new area, new plants, in a new location with the summer heat. So they did pretty well. You know, they didn't die, that's the biggest point. I harvested a lot of the pistachio. This is the ones that are left. So we're gonna harvest them pretty soon. And these should be ready right here. When they start wrinkling, they're ready. Figs are doing great. If you remember from long ago, I planted this fig tree and I train them like a grape vine. So they grow out this way and I pick the figs so I don't have to climb a ladder. And that's what I'm doing to all of them. All the figs are being bent. Purple tree collards are looking amazing. So it's all that way. And here's all the blood oranges, as you can see. And it just keeps going. Last year was about 120 oranges. Isn't that amazing? Then right over here, I have to zoom out, is all the Rio Red grapefruit. Last year about 80 of them. See them all? And then our pineapple guava is doing really well, full of fruit everywhere. It's kind of hard to see them because they look like the leaves, but it's full of fruit. You only eat them after they dropped on the ground. I love this tree so much. I have 3 of them. There's another one right over here. I'm keep this as a bush though. It only has 1 fruit. And then there's one in the backyard.
Bye, happy gardening. Hope you have a nice day.